transition.
And that's when I was in the military, I loved my schedule because I knew I had to be at work at 7 o'clock. So you better get your ass up at 4 o'clock, man. You got to get your shit in, brother. Because I had to get my shit in before I got my shit in.
Right.
You know? So that was my mentality back then, man. You know, like I had to get the miles and get everything in, man, and get to work, man. I'm competing with the alpha males.
Yeah, but how much did that piss other alpha males off? That you were imposing a very high bar.
I was a very misunderstood human being when I was in the military. The Air Force guys liked me a lot. The Rangers liked me a lot. So much not the SEALs.
Because they were with you.
They didn't like me so much, which is fine. You know, I respect them. I think a lot of them respect. I have a lot of friends in the SEAL teams. A lot of guys that like-minded mentalities as me. And once again, man, I grew up and I got over it. A lot of guys still have, you know, like a lot of people can't get over the fact of whatever. When I became a SEAL recruiter, a lot of guys thought I wasn't deploying for a lot of reasons and whatnot. And I heard a lot. I was that guy who grinded. I grinded hard. I mean, I grinded hard. I was that guy who was up, like if we went on an op or we had a workup, let's say we had a workup, we were in an island, we're out there shooting guns and doing land warfare. And we did it to like 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. Most everybody go to sleep. I didn't go to sleep. I went to the gym and I worked out. Or I go sleep, and I said we'd be up at 5 o'clock. I was up at 4 o'clock and got my hour in. I made sure to always do that. And I did it to a point to where I think it pissed some people off because I wasn't a quiet person about it. You know, I wasn't the most humble person always. You know, so when you're around alpha males, you're sometimes picking a fight, you know, all the time. And I looked different, I acted different, I was different, I am different. I take a lot of pride in that. And so, you know, if you didn't get after it, I didn't respect you. Because I believe that, you know, where I'm at, I know that human potential is what we have. It's all we have. It's what the world sees us a certain way. And when I saw that people weren't doing that, I had a funky ass fucking attitude. And I own it in my book. I come back from Ranger School a big time leader. I was a big time fucking leader. I got honor man out there. I led by example. And what I realized a lot of times when you're in these schools, people want to graduate these schools because they suck. They don't want to ever go back to these schools. Those schools became my fucking life. People don't want to see a fucking guy that wants to go back to day one, week one, of fucking Navy SEAL training every fucking day of your life. And that's how I live. And it's a disgusting human being that I can be. It is. And a lot of people didn't like me. A lot of fucking people started some stupid shit and started saying this and that. The bottom line, man, is my fucking resume says it all, man. My resume's out there. Google the motherfucker. You say whatever you want to say about me, man. I missed some deployments, man, for having fucking, 2 heart surgeries, and people try to start some rumor shit on me, man. You started rumor shit on me, man, because I fucking got the fuck after it. And real hard guys, like a guy named Hawk I talk to all the time, yeah, he's a great friend of mine. When the heart's before my heart surgery, my second heart surgery, I went on a 10-mile ruck run. Before my second heart surgery, the day of it, I went on a 10-mile ruck run, 50 pounds. I saw that guy. He's like, what the fuck are you doing out here? We got heart surgery. It's Roger that, brother. I'm getting it in before I'm be out for about 6 months after the heart surgery. That was my mentality. Because I started realizing at a young age what I was leaving on the table. And once I found out what a human being's capable of, I didn't know how to control that. I was a fucking, you want to talk about fucking savage? That's what I was. I was a fucking straight up, people talk about savage very lightly. I was fucking from the backwoods motherfucking savage, dude. I told you what I thought. I had 8 chips on my shoulder. And a lot of times that wasn't great.
So is it a situation where, like with the SEALs, where once you've gotten through BUDS and once you've gotten through all the physically grueling parts of getting to be accepted, once you're in, then you were imposing standards that they didn't want to keep up with?
I would say some people.
Some people.
I had one platoon that I had a problem with. I graduated Ranger School and I got in this platoon and I didn't see eye to eye because I was in charge of a PT program, and you put me in charge of the PT program is fucking your ass. And the thing about it is I didn't like it either. I didn't want to do this shit either, man. But
What were you making them do?
like, you know, like it was some Navy, it was some Bud shit. You know, we went back to Bud's, like, you know, log PTs and, you know, carrying logs over the berms and shit. And like, I had us do like pull-ups, rope climbs, pull up like for like an hour. So imagine doing a rope climb, then go over do like 10 to 15 pull-ups coming back. And we would do like these, they were very hard workouts. Like there was no like go to the gym, lift some weights type of shit. And I was imposing my own mentality on everybody. These are grown ass fucking men. They know they don't want to be what I'm trying to make them to be. And when they called me off, like, hey, you know, we're not in SEAL, you know, we're not in Buds anymore, Goggins, it pissed me off. And I got a little fucking attitude, got my chip, and I got my ball, and me and Sledge went ahead and started to work out together. And we developed this, like, me and Sledge work out like fucking animals, and we had this fucking mentality of, fuck yeah, we're getting after it every day. And everybody else kind of did their own thing, man. And that's when I started looking at people, you know, not just SEALs, but people very differently, man, because I bit into, like, you know, like, to be the special operator, you gotta have broken legs, and these guys, all those stories. I was the same guy, man. I put people on a pedestal. I put people, I can never be them. I can never be that guy, man. Never put anybody on a pedestal. That's what happened to me. I put them on a pedestal, and once I got up there with them and I saw them, and once again, not everybody. Some hard motherfuckers out there, dude. Period. Dot. Hard motherfuckers. I thought every motherfucker was hard. It ain't.
Uncommon amongst uncommon men.
That's all it was about for me, man. And I took it to another level, and I pissed a lot of motherfuckers off. And they were trying to find chinks in my armor then. They were trying to find chinks in my armor. You know, all he does is run. All he does is fucking run. That's why, you know, but once again, that's why I talk about the military too much. Like I said, the Air Force loved me. The Army guys I work with love me. The Ranger School, all that stuff love me. You know, I wasn't, you know, it's just what it is, man. It's I was part of the Navy SEALs. I was a team guy, but I wasn't part of the brotherhood. And that's just me, man. That's just me. It ain't saying nothing bad about them. I got a lot of love for a lot of them. A lot of them. A lot of men got love for me, but I ain't gonna talk bad about them. It's just, I'm different. And that's the thing I figured out. I'm different from everybody in the fucking world. And I had to own that and say, you know what, man, you made a lot of fucking mistakes being who you are. And I should have been more of a leader at times, but a lot of times, a lot of people should have been a little bit harder too.
So was it that some of those guys just didn't want to work as hard, or was it just that they weren't appreciating how competitive you were? You were always against them. Is that what it was? That it didn't foster the sense of brotherhood because you were more like, "Come on, pussy."
I didn't really call them pussies, but you can look at my face and how I looked at you, and you know, you can kind of say this, you know. So what happens? I started developing this separation. Another thing about me too, man, is I don't go out. I don't party. I don't hang out with the guys. I don't, you know, so I was always forming this kind of separation. I'm a big time introvert. You know, I do my job, and I don't want to see your fucking ass again. I'm gonna go home, refreshed, and we'll see you again. You know, you're in a platoon with these guys for two years, sometimes, year and a half. And I would, you know, we work up, do our shit, and I was just a different fucking cat. I'm a different cat, man. Like you know, I think differently. I believe differently. And I believe strongly in what I believe in.
Well, some people must appreciate the fact that you were self-motivated and that you were pushing the envelope, that you were pushing the pace. You were setting a high bar.
Yeah, I have a lot of guys right now within the community. A lot of guys. Once again, this is like, it's like a big soap opera sometimes, man. When you're in a fraternity like that, that's what it's like, man. So I had to get a different vantage point, look at it, and see, like, you know, a lot of guys did respect who I was and what I did, and I brought it fucking hard a lot and every day, but I also rubbed people the wrong way. I'm like that itch you're talking about.